Hi guys, Jen here, and this is the 10 baby names I love but won't be using. Hi guys, Jen here, and if you're new, I have Max, who is a 4-week-old baby, and I also have two girls, Zoe, 5, and Alexandra, who is 2. So I actually found this video pretty easy to do. I have seen it a lot lately, over the last couple of months from different mums I watch, and just most recently I have seen it from Jess from Jesssfam, or Gabe and Jess. And yeah, I thought, I need to do this because it's a really helpful video if you're trying to name your baby. You come up with lots of ideas, and a lot of the time they're really good suggestions. So I found it interesting, and also I've noticed like different countries have different names that they would or wouldn't be using, and there's some really pretty names. So yeah, I thought I would share my 10 names that I love but won't be using, and why I won't be using them. So the first name I love but won't be using is Alexandra. So I love Alexander, and I love the girl version Alexandra, but for obvious reasons we already have an Alexandra and it's just way too close. So we won't be using Alexander as a boy's name at all, but I really do love Alexander, the long version, as well as the shortened version Alex, for boy or girl. We didn't know entirely what we were having with our second child, so we really were happy to go with Alexander or Alexandra, but she happened to be a girl, so we already have an Alexandra. The second name I love but won't be using is Jade. I absolutely love this name. I think it's such a cute short girl's name, but I was in a long-term relationship in my late teens and early 20s, and we always said if we're going to have a girl, we're going to name her Jade. So I guess for obvious reasons it sort of had meaning with that person, and because I'm not with that person anymore, it just sort of doesn't have the same feel to the name anymore. So that is a reason why I won't be using that name. The third name I love but won't be using is Knox. I really like this as a boy's name. I don't know, it's not too common, and yeah, I just absolutely love the feel to it. So obviously we've named our third child Max, and we like the sort of X, you know, we like Alex, Knox, Max. I don't mind that, like I really like the way it sort of finishes a name. But if you watch me and know me, we have a little puppy, or a dog, Jack Russell, and his name is Knox, so we won't be using Knox. The fourth name I love but won't be using is Summer, and it reminds you of summer, like it just feels bright and fresh. But hubby didn't really like it, and I don't know, it's a name I really love, but it's just, I can't really describe exactly. I just don't think I would ever use it as a name, and it doesn't really go with my last name very well. So yeah, I just wouldn't be using Summer. The fifth name I love but won't be using is Callum. So one of our siblings is named Callum, so that is pretty obvious why we wouldn't be using that. It's just too close. Other than that, we don't really know any Callums at all, so it would have been perfect if one of our siblings wasn't named Callum, but yeah, that's the case. And yeah, I've just really liked the name, and I've just always really liked that name. The sixth name I love but won't be using is Jacinta. So I've actually really loved that name. There was a cute little girl in primary school that was named Jacinta, and I liked the particular way it was spelt as well. But in my adult life, we're just sort of not friends anymore, me and a Jacinta I know. So I guess it's sort of lost its value about how I feel about the name. So I still think it's a really cute and pretty girl's name, but I just won't be using it. So the seventh name I love but won't be using is Zach. So I really liked it after we had Zoe. Like if we had a boy next, I was like, I like Zoe and Zach. I just like the way it went together. Plus I actually like the name. I'm not 100% sure if I like Zachary. I'm not 100% sure, but I probably, if I did ever name my child Zach, which I won't be doing, I probably would use the longer version but call them Zach a lot. So the eighth name I love but won't be using is Alicia. I think it's a really pretty girl's name, and I did go to school with a couple of Alicias, and they were nice girls. So, and I really like the way, the particular way it's spelt too, the way I'm spelling it with the C. But I came across, yeah, this is one of those names that was ruined by someone I know. I came across a not very nice Alicia, and yeah, that's just totally ruined the name for me, and yeah, I won't be using that name. So the 9th name I love but won't be using is Cooper. I really like Cooper, and I think it's a cute boy's name, and I love the way it gets shortened to Coops, but I won't be using that because it's just too common. And if you see the names we have, they're names you've heard of, like, but they're not super used every single day, and we're just not into super common top 5 or top 10 names, so we won't be using Cooper. The 10th name is a name I won't be using for the same sort of reason. It's pretty common, and that name is Olivia. So we just don't like the super common names, but I really think Olivia is such a cute and pretty name. I know little Olivias, and I like how it's shortened to Livy or Liv, and yeah, and I think it really suits like little girls as well as grown-up women. And yeah, it's just sort of a name that doesn't sort of age. I think it's a name that will be around in the top 10, top 100 list for a long time to come. So anyway, they are the top 10 names I love that won't be using. Yeah, if you've got any thoughts at all on those names that I've used, please leave them in the comments below. It's not that I don't like those names. Obviously I love them but won't be using them. It's just that for the reasons stated, I just wouldn't be using them. And if you'd like to share any names in the comments below that you love but won't be using, please do so, because you know, other people watch the videos and they might get ideas if they're pregnant and looking through names to use for their own children. So if you're new to my channel and you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you like, and I will see you for my next video. Bye.